Hello, this is Mark with Evolution of Warfare, Special Edition, Episode 7, continuation of the Mr. President, George W. Bush presidency. We are in 2002, about finishing up the first quarter. I'm sorry I had ran the game yesterday 2 hours. I don't think anybody really watched the entire 2 hours, but if you did, thank you very much. And again, I appreciate all the views. And again, if you can like and subscribe to the channel, that's helpful to me to keep this kind of content coming. If I'm interesting and entertaining and what I'm doing is a little bit different, it's not much different than anybody else does, but I'm completely clueless. I did post a question on Board Game Geek, and if anybody does know, and they're welcome to write in the comments the answer to the question, when we had the Elevate the Terror groups, let me go up here and go over to where I have it at. I believe it's in, I have a level 4, that's right, I have a level 4 here in the Middle East. If you have a raise it, where you have to raise it, does it go to a rogue state, or does it? Do you go to now down to level 3 and raise it to a level 4? I mean, in the long run, I know, I think we're going to have to deal with these. I mean, it's all going to be a mess anyway. But all right, so we are ready to. We're now here, war progress, wars and civil wars, so we're going to be dealing with that. And we have one war, and basically we have to determine the odds. It is 27 to 6, 6, 8, 6, 12, 18, 24. It's 4 to 1 with 4 to 1 with a leftover remainder. So let's see. So we need to roll the dice, and then, let me come up here and get this going. And go back down to the war. And I think I'm going to bring in another little dice here. Whoops. Components, dice, plastic. I need a D10. And I'm going to change that to a red, because red's bad. Okay. And we're going to leave that there. I need to go back up here and magnify that. So we're going to roll the die, and then we are going to a 9, which is not good. So let's see, hopefully we have plenty of left of the slash. Okay. We do have a -1 for the U.S. war and U.S. FNI counter, which it is. So that's going to drop that to an 8, thankfully. There is if U.S. is the attacker, that drops it to a 7. Okay. There is a heavy counter in the region, and yes, we do have a heavy counter in the region. No, we do not have a heavy. Wait a minute, we're here. Yes, we do have an army heavy in the region. I moved that guy over very early, which I'm glad I did. So that now drops that down to a 6, so thankfully there's that. Okay. Yes, there is an Air Force counter, so that drops it down to a 5. If I'd rolled a little bit lower, we'd been really good. Okay, we got to see what the. Yeah, there's one Russia. Wait a minute. Make sure. One Russia, one China. Yes. So I think that's going to add back. If U.S. or ally attacking and the total of Russia, China's combined influence, 2 or more, do a +1. Or minus. Wait a minute. If U.S. is attacking, use the value to the left of the slash. So we are attacking, so that's another -1. I guess they're helping out, which is funny because China added troops to their deal. Okay. So that is the, we got a 4. Die roll 2 to 4. It's going to be a ground war. And 4 to 1. 2 left and 2 defender losses. So that goes down to a 4. I think this may end the war. That's going to be huge because, yeah, attacking forces win, which is nice because we go 2 left on that. Sorry about that. My daughter recorded. Whoops, I gotta click done on that. My daughter contacted me about wanting another dog, and I'm like, no. And then she interrupted my game. Okay, so we're going back here to something that's far more important, and that is winning this war against the ground war and air war against the Taliban. Obviously, sorry that was going to happen. So now when we go back up, I think it's 20. No, it's not. War progress 15. There's some instructions on what we do. What we do if we win. I think we go to 16. Yeah, she's calling me again. Oh, my daughter is driving me crazy. She just wants dogs, and then she doesn't take care of them. I don't know if anybody's listening to this or not, but I'm just going to make a rant. They promise you. My daughter promised me she had a poster made with all of these promises on it, and she hasn't fulfilled one of them since we got the dog. Now the dog's great. I love my dog that I have. It's a Yorkshire Terrier. It's a wonderful little dog, but she's over at PetSmart on adoption day. Yeah, that's great. That's a really smart thing that my wife did. But okay, I've ranted enough. If one side wins, if the conflict status counter is in either the attacking forces win, which it is, see the what to do when a war ends section, which is what I thought we were at. Oh, here we go. For game created rogue state losses, it is not. It is. Oh, wait a minute. Let me go back up here. It's a level 2. Okay. Level 3. It's over for now as the rogue state is dispersed with the size. Okay. Roll a d10 with a. Okay. Roll a d10 here. Hopefully, we have eradicated this problem. We have a 2. The war is over, but rogue state's sophisticated infrastructure and online recruiting capabilities allow it to continue to function as a decentralized but organized terror groups. Remove the rogue state from the map. Yes, that is so awesome that I was able to do that. Hopefully, hopefully we will have them done away with for a while. And then place one level 2 terror group. Okay, well, I knew that was going to happen. So there's a level 2 terror group. Oh, the war. And in 2 other random regions. Oh, okay. So I've got to, let me pop this down here. So, and then we're going to clone it. I need to read the instructions a little bit more. So now we need to roll. First of all is in level 3. And that is, I believe, are we right back? Oh, Central America. Oh my God. Well, oh crap. Okay, they can't gain anymore in Central America. I have got to deal with them next. But I think something horrible happens if, we'll deal with that after we roll again. Oh no. That's in Central America again. How do you roll 2 3s in a row, for crying out loud? Oh no. Okay, so I need to go over, and there was something over here in the book about terror groups. Max terror groups stability, only up to 5. And I think, yeah, we've got a very low stability in South America. So 4. So I think it's 4. 5 terror group max. So let's see. And I think that's where we're at. Yeah, 5 terror group max. So when that happens, so this is something new. If you must place I got to do 2. An already existing highest value terror group is promoted. If it's a level 4, then it's a rogue state. Now that does kind of answer the highest level. That does answer the question. Ooh, okay. So that 2 is going to go up to a 3. So I guess we will carry that on from here. And then that one is going to be a level 2. All right. Okay. If the U.S. was a winner, you receive the following benefits instead of those listed under U.S. wins. A +2 public approval. We do need that back up. That's up to 64. +1 party relations. That's good. +1 legacy points. That gets us up to 7. Place a trending pro-U.S. counter in the region. Okay. Oh, good. Now we get to do 2 intel rolls, which this is going to, whoops. Okay, for alignment, and then I get to make 2 intel rolls in any region with a -1 DRM. Oh, in any region with a -1 DRM in addition to any other normal DRMs for intel attempts. Okay. So we get to do 2 intel roles in any region. So let's go up to intel roles. Oh, that's not under diplomatic, it's under military. Okay, so we got to do against 2 groups. I think we're going to do, obviously, we're going to keep in this region. We're going to take some initiative here. And we get an additional -1, so we start with a -1. So -3 on the roll. That's going to be a 1 success. Place terror group in the gathering box, move it to the right. Okay. Then on the second guy, -7 -3 is 4. That's a success. Okay. Then we get to do another 2 intel rolls. We're going to keep working on this region. Get as much as we can, hopefully over. That works. Unless it says only 1. It doesn't. There's okay, good. There's no restriction. And a 3. That is a very successful. Winning that war was good. Okay, that's the. So now we got to clear off that war. Oh, I need to move that war marker. That is good. Conflict type. Taliban. Put them back over here. Oh, for goodness sake. Okay. Then move that. Out there, we got I'm gonna so we got a 4 counter there. We'll put that over that. Go back under here, and the regional troops are done. We can send them back. Okay, so that clears that off. All right. So we have cleared that. That's gonna, we'll clear that. That goes down to 0. Now we have to do Civil War resolution. So I think that goes back up. Here we go. So let's go find, I don't think we have very many civil wars out, which is nice. We have a ceasefire here. We do have a civil war in South America. Okay, now we can spend a UN goodwill counter. I'm going to spend 1. So that's going to be a 1. Flip. Okay. And I want to spend an AP, an action point. Because I have plenty of those. So that's -2. There is not a UN counter. So it's -2. And then if regional stability is less than 5, it is. So that's going to be a -1. And that's it. So I get a -1 on this. Five, 4, ceasefire, replace, awesome. Oh, we get a roll on that ceasefire one. Well. Okay, replace with a ceasefire. And we get a decreased regional crisis by 1, that's good. Hallelujah, making some progress. Regional crisis by 1. Now let's do the ceasefire. Let's go ahead and spend another UN goodwill. That's going to be a 1. And then another action point. Oops. So that's going to be -2. So it's -1 on the a 7. No change to the ceasefire up here. Okay. All right, so let's go over here. Here's a ceasefire. So we're gonna roll here. I do have. Yeah, I think I'll spend my final UN goodwill and another action point to give myself a chance here in the Middle East, since we've done such a great job. Hopefully we want to, but we do have China and Russia influence. There's no Iranian influence. Oh, a 6 -2. Regional stability is at a 4. So -1 is a 5. Fighting or fragile peace, no change. Dang it. Okay, Africa. We're going to spend an action point. And let's roll on that one. So it's a -1. Now, stability is 5. It's not less than 5. A 4 -1 is 3. We get a ceasefire. Decrease regional crisis by 1 box. Nice. Come on. Oops. And that's down in Africa. So we have a ceasefire there. I don't think we have any other. Eastern Europe. Middle East we tried and it continued. Okay. So that is, I believe, all that goes on there. In wars and civil wars, war progress. But let's look in the book. Doop, UN action segment. Civil war. For each, okay, Civil War. Wars and Civil War, okay. Okay, for diplomatic and RC. Okay, so let's go down here. Any for diplomatic and or military actions. So I think we're going to go back over here on our cabinet, and we are going to, two military and two Secretary of State. So let's do the diplomatic actions first. What are we going to do here? Okay. Crisis relief. So let's go down and let's just check. Do a status check. We're good here. We're okay in South America. We have a problem in Africa with the terror groups. But I know, yeah, we need to get those terror groups, those level 4s up on the thing. Alignment. I know South America and Central America. I think they're okay for the moment. Eurozone. We could do one crisis relief in Europe because they're on a 2. I need to get them to 1. I think everybody else is doing pretty good. Yep. Everybody else is doing really well. So I think I'm going to use one diplomatic action in the Eurozone here. And we are going to attempt a crisis relief. -1. Regional stability is high, I think. It's at a 6, so it's -2 on the dice. So we should be pretty, yeah, I think we're good. A 1 -2 decreased by 2 boxes. Well, there we go. That'll keep that from major crisis. So that is one of my actions for the Secretary of State. Alignment. Regional alignment is at 5 in Eastern Europe, and it's pretty high there. It's very high in Asia Pacific. It's low. I'm not too worried about regional alignment. Increase your end of turn score to raise your. I don't need legacy points. I don't really care about. Let me recalculate the Russian influence counters and we'll do Chinese first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're at 9. Uh-oh. There's something on that 9 box. Okay, max is the Russia. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, they're at 5. Okay. Trade agreement. I think we tried that already. That helps with alignment. Decrease tensions. I think we're okay everywhere now. Summit. Oh, a regional summit. De-escalate a conflict. Broker or offer peace. Summit with China or Russia. I thought, where was regional summit at? Was that presidential? UN speech to goodwill. That helps with regional alignment. Presidential trip helps with alignment. I don't want to do any. No, I don't want to do any of that. Okay. So I think I'm going to transfer. Well, it never hurts to do a diplomatic. I think I'm going to transfer that over and decrease the. I'm going to bring that heavy unit back since the war is over in Afghanistan. So I'm going to increase military to 3. And that is we're going to order the U.S. Army heavy, flip it in transit, and we put it over to the region. We're going to redeploy it back here to CONUS. So that's one action. Then we are going to, in Africa, we've got to deal with this. Got to deal with these terror groups in Africa. And so here, 2 different terror groups. We are going to need to change our focus national intelligence probably down to Africa, and we don't have any, there are no die roll modifiers here. First one's a 9, failure, no effect. Second is a 10, no effect, so that's one action. Our next action, we're going to do the same thing with these 2 guys. An 8, good night. It is Africa. It's hard to. A 5, failure, no effect. Dang, man. All right. I'm going to see. Whoops. If I'm able to use 4 actions total. Key cabinet may not use any of the +1 action things. Oh, here we go. You may spend 2 action points to take 1 additional action. Okay, we want to do that. Glad I read these instructions, man. We are able to spend. We have to spend 2 action points, which we will. Dropping that to 12, and I really wanna find these guys. And there's a 4, and I think we've got them at least on the. We've moved them. Oh, I get to do 2 rolls, but 4 success in the gathering box. And then we're gonna roll on the other level 4. And that's a 2. So both of those guys are there. All right, cool. All right, so that is that action. And now we had to do the state of economy. Whoops. And that's where we're at here. Now over here, let me go. Okay. Perform the number of economic assistance acts allowed by the current SOE as shown in the box to the left of the current SOE counter on the game board. For each act you are allowed, you may perform either of the following. Improve an ally relationship by 1 level, which we could do, or place a trending in one of the 8 world regions. Okay, so I think we go up. We went up to a 2. Yes, we did. And so I get to do, what do I want to do? Oh, my allies. So yes, let's take a look and see if I have any allies that are. I don't have any estranged allies. That's good. South America, there are no allies. In Central America, there's no allies. There are no allies, excuse me. Africa, there are no allies. Oh, Gulf states and Saudi Arabia, yes. We want a very close. Okay. Oh, I forgot to do this. Gulf state. So there's one action. Then let me see. We've got 2 other countries over here. Oh, the ROK. I do want that back. Yeah. Okay. Then I get the update the game state, which is going to be +1 public approval and +1 action point. Okay, there's an action point, and we are slowly getting back up to 70. We've had a good year so far, that's for sure. This completes activation phase 2 or 4. If you just finished, please flip back to page 8. Seven. All right, I think this is going to take us to the beginning of activation phase 3. Russia. Now Russia's going to get in the act. See what kind of damage they're going to do. Okay, then I go to the booklet. Their booklet. Russia acts. Vadushki, Patunski. All right. So their situation, we are trending. They're still in state 1, which is good. All right. Okay, we already determined Russia does not have a base in Eastern Europe. A total of 9. So they have to have a base in Eastern Europe. They need to spread some influence. 2 more in Eastern Europe, and then put a base. Okay, so all 3 are not true. If they have not won the game, then did you just draw the Russian axe? 2 crisis shit. No. Then go down posture changes and results. To determine whether Russia's posture changes Flip all tension counters in Russia, and they have no tension counters. 5 or more, then it's increased to 2, so it's not. Poor economy. If Russia is at a posture 1 and would not otherwise be entitled to increase, but their state of economy is 3. No, it is. Oh, it is. No, it is not 3. Immediately increase them to posture 2. Let's get more aggressive abroad. So, okay, if currently at posture 2, it's not. So now, based on the sum of tension values above, Russia's relationship may be affected as follows. If the sum of the counters wait. Oh, 0 or 1. Place a trending pro yes. Okay, so that is good. So that's going to move that up to trading partners. Okay, for every increment of 5 in the tension values, which we don't have any tensions, so we move to the next thing. Then remove all, okay, improve strategic capabilities. So we go over here to Russia. And make 2 at posture 1. Roll a d10. Yeah, there's a 3. A 1 to 4 results equals success. Increase the current capability. Okay, areas in which Russia. Okay. Strategic missile defense. There's 1. Okay. And that's a success. And so let's see randomly. A 5. We're not doing cyber warfare, so let's roll again. 4. Not doing cyber warfare. And 8. Okay, there we go. That's gonna, oh, we can only do 1 per turn, so not 8 or 9. Not a 9. A 2, ground forces and training. Okay. Okay. Next, espionage. After attempting to improve Russia's strategic, then make 2 espionage attempts to steal from the U.S. and its allies. So let's go back over to Russia. Okay. A 5. DRMs below. Okay, we're not doing cyber. If any, okay, none are estranged. India, Gulf states. Oh, India's like, hey, so that's not a -1. No, there is not. So 5 is going to be still military secret war plans. If possible, increase the strength of U.S. opponent by 2 of any current war, which is what happened last time. Increase Russia's, otherwise, There is no war. Otherwise, increase Russia and NATO's relative strength by 1 box in Russia's favor. Go back over here and we go down. Russia, NATO, relative strength in Russia's favor. Okay, so instead of +2 NATO, +1 NATO. All right. That was one attempt. The next espionage is going to be a 5 again. Oof. So they are really plussing up with NATO. They are now equal. Okay. Next, we go over here. Improve economy. Let's see, their state of economy is actually pretty good. They're going to attempt to, let's roll, and then we'll apply DRMs. They have a 6. There are no unilateral sanctions, though there are multilateral sanctions. Oh, a +3, that's going to be a 9. Place a worsening economy. Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. We got to go through all these DRMs. So let's change this up to a 9. Oops. Okay, now -1 per Russian influence counter in Eastern Europe. Okay, there's -1 Eurozone. No. Central South Asia. Yes, so -2. So that's going to bring that back down to a 7. And relationship is it at a 5? No, it's at a 4. So a 7, no change to their economy. All right. Calculate number of Russia actions after attempting. Russia receives a number of actions equal to the current value of their SOE track +1. So they get 5 actions. This is modified by the value of the relations with the U.S. track. -0, so they have 5. So they get 5 actions. Okay. No +1 or -1 APs. We did not roll a 9. Tracking the current remainder using, okay. Now, please perform the dependent actions beginning below. Perform each action listed. Terror in Central South Asia, which I think that there is. Yes, we have a number of groups. If there are at least 5 total terror group levels, there's 1, oh yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Use 1 Russian action to remove 1 terror level from the largest group, which is that 2. Flip. Okay, that's 1 action by Russia. Okay. Roll a d10, adding 1. So we just roll a d10. A 9. No effect and doesn't cost an action. Russia is not in a war. Possible Syrian intervention. If you're a new player or if it's year 1 of the game, skip this action. Additionally, if there are no civil war markers in the Middle East, so let's go over here to the Middle East, and there is a civil war ceasefire action. Not, okay, if there are no civil war, okay, if Russia already has 3 Russia influence in the Middle East, if U.S. regional alignment in the Middle East equals 8. It does not. Otherwise, Russia intervenes in the Syrian civil war. Place Russia influence counters according to the current U.S. regional alignment. Max 2. Okay. So they get 2 more influence counters. Okay, so there's another action from them. I think I did that right. It drops that down to 3. U.S. regional alignment equals 4 or 5. Let me go back here. I think it is a 5. Place 2. Oh. Oh, okay. All right. Because they have a 5, place 2 in. Okay, which we did. Move Russia's relations with the U.S. 1 box left. Okay. So they're back to neutral. So whatever gain we had, we lost. A new conflict in Eastern Europe or Central South Asia. If there's a rogue state in either region that is not already at war with anyone. Oh, no. Oh, goodness gracious. If there is a rogue state in either region, Central South Asia, a rogue state, no, there is not. In Eastern Europe, there is not. Okay, thankfully. Okay. So they have 3 left. Thankfully, there was not a rogue state in Central South Asia, or else they could have initiated an air-ground war. We would have had a war going on. All right, there are no cyber attacks, so that gets rid of H. Initiate multi-domain, low-intensity, gray zone attacks to expand Russia's influence in neighboring regions. Attempt to expand Russia's influence in one region. Attempt in the first region where the conditions are met. 3 or more Russia influence. And I think we only have that. We have that in the Middle East. In any one region where there are currently 3 or more, remove and replace them with a Russian base. There we go. So here we go. So that's one of their victory conditions, and that's going to cost them an action. Immediately decrease the relations with Congress track by 1 box and public approval by 2. Okay. And that, for the first time, our relations with Congress are deteriorated. I think it's 1 box. All right, then place a trending anti-U.S. counter on Russian relations. Wow. Oh, because they set up the base. Yep. It's going to flip that, and that's going to put us there. Holy cow. Okay. Expand Russian influence. Make 1 roll on the first region specified by the following conditions. Attempt to expand Russian influence in Eastern Europe if there are 0 to 1 Russian counters. There's 1 in Eastern Europe. Or attempt to expand, make 1 roll. Okay, Roll a d10 and add. Okay, so let's roll that. It's going to be a 6. And then add the selected U.S. regional alignment, which is a 5. That's 11. Result of 10 or less place. Okay, any other result has no effect but does count as an action. So they failed in their influence, which is good. Because of there is a case for increasing regional alignment. If you still have actions, proceed to the next action, number 3 below. Compromise to facilitate removal of sanctions, which there are. There are multilateral sanctions with here. If Russia's the relations with the U.S. are at a 3. Or if they're not with a 4 or 5, okay. If any sanction counters are currently in Russia, roll a d10 applying the d-arms listed below. Okay. It is at a 7. -1, they're not at posture 2. Is not higher. Their nuclear missiles are not higher than the U.S. If Russia's, no, they are not there. If +1, if Eastern Europe stability is a 7 or higher, it is not. Okay, U.S. missiles, I think that it is 1. Yeah, we are 1 higher. That's a +1 on that dice roll. So that's going to change that to an 8. Okay. +1 of this is the last Russian action available. Yes, it is. So that's going to change that to a 9. +2, yeah, so it's an 11. 9 plus the West stands firm and Russia blinks. If Russian posture is currently at 2, decrease it to 1. It is not. And remove all sanctions. So the multilateral sanctions are gone. Okay. If posture is already 1, decrease status on Russia and NATO conflict track by 1 box and remove all sanctions. Russia, NATO. Okay, it's at 1. Then remove 2 Russian anywhere on the map, your choice, and remove the sanctions. So we get to go and take away. Although, man, I wish I had that base. Dang it. So we can. Well, we're going to take. Be careful about this. 2 Russia influence counters. Let's see. Well, yeah, we're going to Eastern Europe and Central South. Okay, that's the last action. So they're down to 0. Okay. So that ends that. Russia acts is over. Come back here to the game turn. Any 3 actions. Okay. So I think we're going to do this and then the crisis cards, and then we'll finish up this episode. So any 3 actions. So let's take a look. Conus, we're doing good. Well, we need to we need to flip that. That's one. To get that guy settled back in CONUS. I think. Oh, we need to move. Do I have? Yeah, I do have Spec Ops. We're going to move Spec Ops down to Africa. And our third action, we are going to move an Air Force counter down. Well, no. I want to try and where? Oh, yeah, here we go. I want to do a raid. Perform a raid WM2. Let's see if we can do a soft raid. That's going to be page 9. Okay. Actually, no, we're going to do intel on these 4 terror groups. I've got 1 action left. We're going to direct intel, which I think now, yeah, these level 4s I want to get rid of. Advisors, U.S. intel advisors, no. I should have moved that in. Okay, well, we need a 1 through 4. A 6 is a failure on 1. And an 8. Golly, those guys are difficult. All right, so that's that action. Those are those 3 actions. Now I'm going to draw a chit. And draw a crisis card. And we got to draw, and then we got to do another thing again. So let's go up here. Bring that down. All right, let's focus in as far as we can. And flip. Social Security insolvency debate rages. If you have already passed, which we have not, if Social Security is currently in Congress, it is not. If not already in Congress, place Bill number 1, Social Security, in the -1 box as opponent's legislation. Okay. Okay. Move Social Security to the number 1 on the public priority track. How they have forgotten 9/11. Okay, so energy independence goes off the track. Wow, Homeland Security is dropped 3. Well, we won the war, so public priority, search Social Security. Okay. If the relations with Congress is 5 or less, and I don't think that it is. I think we're still in good shape. We We don't have to go to the drama table. And there we are good. Media slant. So let's see what happens here. Relations with media. +1. We get it spun in our general direction. We get +1 public approval. And I think that gets us back up to 64. All right. Now we go down. So that card is done. Whoops. Whee! You notice I stayed away from the lingering domestic issue. Of course, I shouldn't have said anything about that because probably draw crisis card. Oh, draw crisis cards. I got to draw. That one was, yeah, that was 1. I got to draw 2 now. Golly. 1, 2. Give that a good shuffle. And then I think I have, yeah, I got a plus on that. Congressional Gang of 7 from your party pushes controversial educational reform mass teacher protests. Great. -1 public approval. So what we just gained from media slants. Okay, that went away. Place 1 tensions counter on POTUS cabinet focus. A tensions counter. On, oh, this has got to go back over here. And the tension counter goes POTUS cabinet focus. Oh, 6-1. So that's going to get me on public relations, which is fine. All right, then choose to support or to oppose. What's the damage? If we support, we get +2 or -2 public approval and a +1 domestic crisis. I do not want a domestic crisis. If we oppose, we get -2 party relations. We get plus relations with Congress, which we need back, +2 public approval. Yeah, I think we want to oppose. So we got to roll a die 6. Yep. Let's roll a die 6. We get a 3. Minus or +1 relations with Congress. Yes. I'll take that. And then +2 public approval. Awesome. We get that back. Then place bill number 4, education reform, in the 0 pending boxes. As your, if you support. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's see if I can read this right. Let's go up here to the bills. Where do we have bills at? Okay, so let's drop this here. Place bill number 4, which is education reform. So that's going to go to 0. I had it at +1. Oh, that moves it up. Okay, that's good. And then move education reform to the number 1. Okay, good. I'm glad I opposed that. That's good. Education reform. So immigration reform is going to come off. Is that what it says? Number 1, public priority. Okay. So now we need education. Education reform, there it is. And that's going to... These guys move down. Huh. Nice. And then this one goes back into here. Okay, so that's that card. And then we got to go to our second card. Flip. Public protest positions of your party radicals. Defend. We do not want a domestic crisis. I think George Bush would... We don't need party relations. I could take a hit there. I think I'm going to roll... I'm going to speak out against and support moderation. Because I have moderates as friends. And George W. Bush was a moderate guy. A 4. +2 public approval. That is going to shoot us back to 70. Ha! +1 media relations. Again, I'm glad. Oh, I forgot to do the media slant on that last one. What was it? Okay, public approval. Okay. -1 party relations, which is fine. We're good there. And then place 1 tension, another 6-1. I'm wondering if I have to spread these out. 6-1. Oh well. Okay. That's that second card. So let's put that in the discard pile. Then we got one more chit to pull. And draw a crisis card. Draw 2 cards, actually. So here we go again. All right. Flip. Violence in Kashmir escalates. Ah, crap. I know we had war last time, and whoops. We had war last time, and then oh gosh. But it did escalate. So now we got to go over here. Central South Asia. And increase the India-Pakistan conflict by 1 box. Conflict status by 1. They're at 3 now. That's not good. They are trending towards a war. Place 2 tension counters on China and India. Oh, wait. Did I do it right? India-Pakistan conflict chart. Okay. And then 2 tension counters on China. on India. Okay. Go back here to the card. Escalation roll. Yes, 2 action points. We're definitely going to do that. So we get a minus. Cool. A 5 minus 2. Wait, did I roll a 5? Yes, we rolled a 5, so that's a 3. I think that's going to be good. Cooler heads prevail. Remove 1 tension counter from India and China. Okay. Okay, good. This is good. Nice. All right, so remove a tension counter, 1 counter from India and 1 from China. One of the ones that just got dropped there. Get back up there. Get back here. Oh, I need to go in and fix the way they've set up this tabletop simulator mod is just maddening. Then that could have gone to war pretty fast. Decrease India-Pakistan conflict by 1 box, which they go back to where they were at. That's good. And then decrease +1 public approval, which is already the most, and then I gain a goodwill counter. I'd spent them all earlier, and now I get 1 back because we intervened and we helped. Whoops. And we helped with that. All right. So that's that card. We're dodging bullets here, although that would have gone to, we would have been 1 box if that roll had not been a good roll. And we hadn't spent those action points. Flip. Hijack attempt linked to foreign terror cell. Make a homeland security check. Oh my gosh. So, okay. So, we got to get a 4 or less here in CONUS. Please pass. An 8. Of course we didn't pass. Gosh. So here's the nightmare. +1 domestic crisis. We were doing so well. Add a 1 level terror group in South America, which we didn't need. So there's 1, 2, okay. +1 to regional crisis in South America. -2 public approval. And then move Homeland Security to public priority number 1. Of course, which is where it should be. Obviously. Okay, that's that card. Let me make sure this isn't that's a terrorist event. Okay. All right, so that is going to be that. I think. Okay, yes, so now we are up here. All right, well, that should finish episode 7. We delayed dealing with the lingering domestic crisis, although I think next we have an ally, and then we got POTUS cabinet focus. We're going to have to deal with the lingering diplomatic or domestic actions this turn or next, and hopefully we can dig ourselves out, or we're going to have an auto loss. So appreciate everyone, again, chiming in. Again, comments are greatly appreciated. Maybe you've done something different. We're progressing our way through year number 2. We are almost finishing the first half of the year of 2002, and almost finished with half of the first term of President Bush. Thank you very much. But we'll see you again on the next episode. Again, please like and subscribe and share the channel. Bye-bye.